En route to the Youth Connect Summit in Kigali, Rwanda this weekend, Jack Ma made a stopover in Kenya, where he addressed young business people at the University of Nairobi to share insights on entrepreneurship. CGTN's Robert Nagila was at the event where he filed this report.
Wherever he goes, Jack Ma, the billionaire businessman and founder of e-commerce giant Alibaba, attracts a lot of attention. And his first ever trip to Africa has been no different. His first stop has been in Kenya, where he praised the country's ICT infrastructure.
When I arrived in Nairobi, the speed of internet, was so fast. It's so fast. You guys are lucky.
Ma arrived on Wednesday and says he came to share the entrepreneurial spirit and dream. His schedule started with a meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta and leaders in the tech industry, followed by stops to a tech incubator and a local university where he urged young people to take advantage of technology and data.
Where's the opportunity? The opportunity always lies in the place when people complain. If you solve the complaint, you got a problem. You got an opportunity. This is what I believe. And also, as an entrepreneur, I think most of the projects I heard there is about platform. The difference between build a company and build up a platform is a platform is to enable others, make other people happy. A company is to make yourself happy.
This is Jack Ma's last engagement of the day, and it's packed to capacity. The demand was such that a screen had to be put out here because of the interest generated by his coming here. An indication perhaps of the inspiration he's become to young and upcoming entrepreneurs.
For him to be where he is, there has to have been a lot of work and skill involved. So I'm kind of here to try and pick from his knowledge and see what I can get for myself to help me along.
Mr. Ma says his giant company will source for local partnerships, stressing only businesses that create value in people's lives will thrive.
I was rejected for so many times.
From Kenya, he goes to Rwanda for a UN conference on youth entrepreneurs. He is accompanied by at least 30 Chinese billionaire businessmen looking for new opportunities in Africa. Robert Nagila, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.
Keep on that. Remember.
Now, a champion of global trade, Jack Ma has been urging developing countries to use e-commerce to bolster their economies instead of creating regulations and taxes that could kill the emerging sector. Let's listen in to more of what the e-commerce mogul had to say.
I believe 80% to 90% of the business in the future will be online. Today we call people entrepreneurs. Many years later, we call netrepreneurs because everybody has to be online, called the net entrepreneurs. Today, you can only sell in Nairobi. You're a good, successful person here, but in the future, if you cannot sell your products all over Africa, if you cannot sell things across the countries, you're not a business people. The world is changing very fast. 1999, year 2001, nobody believed that they can buy and sell things online. Nobody trusted. You don't have a money, you don't have a credit rating system, you don't have a payment, you don't have a logistic, you don't have an internet. The internet speed was so slow. But look at Kenya. When I arrived yesterday, the speed, oh my God, I have never seen such a luxury speed. Much better than America. But I bet a lot of people still complain the speed. Right? Because those people love to complain, they complain all their lives. The speed was bad, nothing. The government is not ready, and sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, if the government did not know what's going on, it's the opportunity. We created more than 33 million jobs for China. So Africa developed. You don't have to follow the other countries' model. Africa should be Africa. Using the new technology, protect the environment, protect the animals. It's easy to build buildings, but it is difficult to call the animal bags. So I would say, let's move up. Africa will be the next driving source or driving energy of the world after today's Asia. And this is what I truly believe. And I come here, I don't want to sell anything to you guys. I want to help you to sell your great stuff to the world using internet. Thank you.
Welcome back to Talk Africa. Now, as mentioned, the founder and executive chairman of Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba, Jack Ma, was in East Africa this week to address the Youth Connect Africa Summit in Rwanda. The summit brought together 1,500 entrepreneurs, startups and investors shaping the African technological ecosystem to discuss methods of using technology to drive Africa's economic growth. Before the summit, he addressed young entrepreneurs in Nairobi, and we spoke to some of them to find out their impressions.
The story of Jack Ma and Alibaba and all the many fails he's had and struggles getting to where he has been quite relates to us in our early stages as where we are currently. We feel like it's a story that we can emulate to get ahead and become a big business wherever we are. E-commerce has a very big potential, especially since we are a growing, a developing country, and the pace at which other things were happening in other markets is different. We did not have telephones in Kenya, and that meant that mobile phones grew very fast, and the same thing happens. We adopt technology very fast, and seeing that we do not have developed towns and the lead distribution, e-commerce settles a lot of things. There is a cutting of costs in the distribution system.
I think Alibaba is a great example of how one person with one idea can execute and create one of the most successful companies in the 21st century in a market that didn't exist 10, 20 years ago. For us here in Africa, likewise, there's the same opportunity to create new markets and new services where they previously didn't exist before. I think that's the real lesson that we can learn from Alibaba's success in China and bringing that over here.
My name is Valerie. I'm an interior design student. And so what I'm expecting today is to get an insight on entrepreneurship, how to go about it, and be inspired by him, to go on with my business and push it out there and just do the best that I can.